Cali, back it up, my call me loco. Therefore, don't make me pull that. Ask you what you laughing at. Represent that mud life. Dirty money, you better get your mud right. We come together holding hands and holler mud life. We all in all black, it's like light. You riding the what?
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Sacramento Kings. Here at home in an interconference matchup. Should be a good one. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. We've got Ellis. Paul George is out there with Mahinmi. Then there's C.J. Miles. And it's Hill in the point. Oh, jam! I mean, just beautiful.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rondo, no good.
And, guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Cauley-Stein kicks to McLemore. Offensive rebound from outside the arc. That's good.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
McLemore's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role. Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
The shot by Rondo is no good.
There are going to be times, I think, when it's okay to take a shot like that, but not on that possession.
Well, when would the times be, partner? Well, I'll get back to you later. The only excuse for a shot like that is if you're trying to beat the buzzer. That's the only time you can justify it.
Kicks it out to Gay. Pass to Cousins. Rebound by Mahinmi.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
George with the ball. Out defended by Cauley-Stein. And the rejection by Cousins. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Hill against Rondo. Just 4 to shoot.
Timeout. Start it.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
That's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
And they double up Rondo. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. It was a trade that seemingly had been talked about for several years. Finally, last season, Boston shipping out Rajon Rondo to the Dallas Mavericks, Clark, halfway through the season.
Yeah, and it seemed to me to be a trade that actually helped both teams.
Hill kicks to George. Ellis, right side. Tries it from 19. No good off the front iron.
And for Rondo, in the trade, he was able to get out of a rebuilding situation in Boston. It immediately helped a playoff contender in Dallas that was looking for help at that point guard position.
Poked away. Kicks to Hill. And here's Miles outside. No good. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Here's McLemore. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And I tell you what, it was a rough go of things there early on for Rondo in Dallas. And you know, even for great players, it's always an adjustment when you go from a position of comfort to a completely new environment. And even though you're going to a better team, there's going to be some hemming and hawing in terms of your role and how you fit in.
Rondo against Hill. They set the pick. Miles dishes to Mahinmi. The shot from the low post is good.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
There's the pass to Cousins. It's stolen by Mahinmi for the finish. And C.J. Miles with the slam.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Now Hill. He dishes it to George. Pass to Hill. They set the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And Rudy Gay picks up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Hill. Ellis outside. Shot clock at 6. Ring shot on the way. And that one goes long. The Kings trail by 3. Gay, that's a 2-pointer. The quick look, no good that time. Gay with the block. And now here comes Gay leading the break. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Some changes for Sacramento. Bellinelli comes in for McLemore. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo.
And one thing about Ben McLemore, he can be an absolute lights-out shooter. Last season was a big improvement over his rookie campaign. Up in field goal, three-point, and free throw accuracy. Really just scratching the surface in terms of his potential.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Indiana making some changes. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Solomon Hill comes in for C.J. Miles. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Ellis. And George kicks to Stuckey. Back to George. George double teamed. There's the three. And Rodney Stuckey the bucket on the assist by Hill. And for Ben McLemore out of Kansas, he knew he had to work harder after the Kings drafted a guy to replace him in Nick Stauskas. And of course, Stauskas went on to have Clark an even worse rookie campaign than McLemore had the year before.
Yeah, and McLemore actually on the uptick, very much improving in year 2, and that means perhaps Stauskas will be the odd man out.
And it's George finishing it off.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 6 points here for Cousins.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Hill kicks to Stuckey. Doubled by Collison. Hill against Collison. Hill drives in. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for Cousins. And it's Caspian for Cauley-Stein. And the shot is good from Stuckey.
Playing smart offensively in the first half. No doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
Here's Caspi. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Hill passes to Hill. Now the feed to George. And stolen by Kufis. Here's Bellinelli. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Hold on to that ball, y'all.
Classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And the Kings making a change here. McLemore is checked in. Pacers leading by 5. Hill left side. Pick up by Hill. In the corner, Stuckey with it. Hill drives in. 5 to shoot. The shot by George, no good.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Hill inside. Bellinelli is covering. Hill dishes to Stuckey. Hill kicks to George. Hill inside. Kufis is there. And the basket by Hill.
Assist from Jordan Hill.
The Kings trail by 5. Collison for 3. Hill pulls it in.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Right side George. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. Off target from the wing.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
And the Pacers call time here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And for Costa Koufos, Clark, so far he hasn't had that breakout year. He has been kind of in the shadow of Marc Gasol on that front line for Memphis.
Yeah, but he's understood his role, and he's done a nice job. He did start 81 games for Denver a few seasons ago, Kevin, but I think he's very comfortable as a backup. He's one of those guys who's just effective in limited playing stints.
Indiana making some changes. Lavoy Allen comes in for George. Young is subbed in for Hill. Pacers leading by 3.
And talking about Koufos, he gives you some things you want out of your bigs. Great size and activity, solid rebounds and blocks per minute numbers. He may just need a chance in the right system to show more game.
Sacramento's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And, you know, getting back to Koufos, one thing he has to get better at is finishing through contact. He has a really nice touch around the basket, but sometimes contact negates that.
A drive by Collison. There's the bucket. Good.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Pick up by Hill. Young with no one around. But they'll get another chance. The kick out to Hill. The offensive rebound. Goes up again. Allen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And Allen drops them both. There's 18 seconds left from the first quarter of the game. Over to the left wing. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Koufos has got 6 points.
Yeah, sloppy D there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Extremely untidy on the defensive end. I mean, when he gets it in that close, that's an easy bucket.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Pacers lead by 3. We'll get things started. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Cauley Stein is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Bellinelli. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And here's Miles outside. Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Rondo passes to Gay. Ball stolen. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. Gay, that's good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Pick up by Hill. Stuckey outside. He kicks to Miles. 4 on the shot clock. Stolen by Gay. Here's the 3. Drops in the layup for 2. Gay's got 7 points in the game. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Kings.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
And Young, here we go. It's Allen on the wing.
And really, that's why you don't want to go up into the air without a plan. Had no option of what to do with the ball. Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Rondo kicks to Cousins. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
Sacramento calls
timeout. Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
And, you know, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterward.
Mahinmi's checked in for Indiana. Ellis comes in for Young. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Screen by Cousins. Outside, Bellinelli with the fadeaway. They get a hand on it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And so here is Indiana, trailing by 4. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them, they were able to right things, so to speak, by landing George Karl later on. Clearly one of the better coaches in NBA history.
Rondo dishes to Gay. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And that's now 11 points for Gay.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. Ellis outside. 6 to shoot. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given
the way he played for the Mavs.
And the first one at the line is good. For Monte not being an all-star, there are a lot of guys that could have made an argument to be there. Monte's was as strong as any.
Yeah, and his own coach said that Monte deserved it more than Dirk, his teammate. And not a shot at Dirk by Carlisle, just Rick expressing how valuable Monte was to the Mavs.
Rondo passes to Gay. And he uses the glass on the way home. And the Kings lead by 3.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
And Miles kicks to Mahinmi. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. For Indiana, they have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether. And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
Kufis checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Gay dishes to Cauley-Stein. Excellent D there from Allen.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about, but all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yes, 3rd in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench, 1st in the NBA in bench rebounding, and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Stuckey outside.
That's a jump ball.
Sacramento with the ball. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Indiana, they have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
Rondo passes to Cauley-Stein. It's rebounded by Indiana.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
The Pacers making a change here. Hill's checked in. Pacers trail by 3.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
And for Monte, it makes sense to go to him late in games. He's so fast that he can create a shot anytime he wants. And very rarely does he not give you a chance to win with just one shot remaining.
Chase Budinger is jacked in for Indiana. And he sinks the 2nd.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Pacers trail by 5. Outside, George. Pass to Mahinmi. Some nice passing here by Indiana. 5 on the clock. Kufis with the block. And Rudy Gay with the slam.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys
on the ropes.
Sacramento making a switch here. Collison's out there. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
Caspi, he's checked in for the Kings.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
Pick up by Hill. George with the ball. Gay picks him up defensively. Such a wide open look. 11 points for Hill.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And with Paul George going at the number 13 now, as you can see, helps with his nickname, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, a nice fit. Young Tracy, as he likes to go by on Twitter, he said himself that it was about embracing his stature and stardom in the league. Nice way to do it.
First one falls for him.
What a game for Ellis. He has 11 points and some of his offense coming at the foul line with 5 points there.
Clark, 5 pretty big points indeed.
Caron Butler's checked in for Sacramento. Bellinelli comes in for Rajon Rondo.
And the Kings last season struggled with just about everybody. And the Eastern Conference was no different. Just couldn't get the wins they needed to keep pace in their conference.
Budinger, no luck. The Kings leading. And Bellinelli kicks to Collison. To the wing on the left. Plenty of space. No good from Caspi. Clark, the Kings last season only 11 wins in 30 games against the Eastern Conference. Only had more out of the conference wins than the Wolves last season. That was not a good number.
Yeah, and the Kings didn't have a winning record against any Eastern division either. So you can't make up ground in the West if you can't beat the teams in the East.
Mahimi dishes to Hill. Feeds it to Budinger. Passes it to Mahimi. Left side, George.
Wrong person.
And they're pushing it up. And it's Butler with the jam. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Kevin, I tell you, his three-point shot has looked awful here in the second quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of his slump, but he needs to give it a rest and try something else.
Here's Budinger. Nailed from three-point land. And the Pacers lead by 2.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Collison, no good.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Clark, they've shared the load offensively.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with it, Kevin. Everybody's touching the ball. There's a nice flow to what they're doing offensively.
What? And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. Outside Hill. Pick up by Hill. Outside Hill. Dishes to Budinger. The shot is off. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him, Greg, confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Butler. And it's Ben McLemore in for Bellinelli. The Pacers making a switch here. Whittington's checked in. And Cousins kicks to McLemore. And it's Rodney Stuckey with the foul. That's his first foul. Allen's checked in for the Pacers.
Second team foul. Pacers substitution.
Here's Cousins. Here's Koufos. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Koufos has got 8 points.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Young against Collison. And there's the foul. And Darren Collison picks it up. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line. The first one falls.
2 shots.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
The dish now to Koufos. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Indiana's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Stuckey outside. He feeds it to Buttinger. Young outside. Just 5 to shoot. Hit his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. .122 left here in the second. Collison kicks to Caspi. To the wing right side. The drive by Cousins. And the shot is good. Cousins has got 10 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Young with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. Buttinger, the pass to Allen. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Allen's got it all tied up now for Indiana.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
It's stolen by Hill. And now Stuckey running the floor all by himself. No shortage of drama here early on.
Well, neither team can grasp control of this thing. I mean, both teams trying to get a hold of it.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Costa Koufos. Indiana's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Here's Young. Pick up by Hill. Just 5 on the clock. And Young kicks to Buttinger. Drills it from outside. Now it's a 5-point Indiana lead. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Rudy Gay playing very well. He's got 16 points and 2 steals. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
And Clark, he's made a huge impact at both ends of the floor.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Rudy Gay having a dominant impact in this game.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Pacers. C.J. Miles is out there with Paul George. Then it's George Hill. Then it's Ellis. And it's Mahinmi in at the pivot spot manning the middle. The Kings trail by 5. Rondo dishes to McLemore. And Cousins kicks to Gay. Back to Cousins. And the shot falls short this time.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Kufis checked in for the Kings. Rondo against Hill. Ellis outside. With the shot. Nice shot from the wings. Ellis has got the first bucket of the third here for Indiana.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
George with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Outside for Miles. A three-pointer off the mark.
And for a long time now, Indiana has protected the rim. It's one of the core elements of their defense and why they are so strong on D every year. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And last year for Indiana, top 3 at protecting the rim. Opponent shot under 50% right at the hoop clock.
You know, that number might not sound like a lot, but being under 50% on essentially layups, that's a big deal. Protecting the rim is a huge part of winning basketball.
Hill kicks to George. 5 on the clock. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 5 assists in the game.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it. Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And the Kings pushing it up now. McLemore, no good. Pacers leading by 6. Miles, that's for 2. Miles with another miss.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Hill passes to Ellis. Kicks it to George. Deep 2 from Hill. Indiana again missing. Here's McLemore. A stupendous finish in traffic. McLemore's got 8 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
The drive by Hill. Great D that time from Rondo.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And the basket by Hill. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. And they've been turning those turnovers into points.
Timeout called by the Kings.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, he had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
And the Kings making a change here. Bellinelli's checked in. Indiana also making some changes. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Stuckey comes in for Ellis. Young is subbed in for George Hill. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Hill. That is his first foul of the game. Gay outside. And the pass to Koufos. Shot clock at 5. No good. Excellent D there from Hill. And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him working as hard as he did, as well as to the training staff that got him back to be able to play before the end of the season.
And Young, here we go. On the wing, George. Bellinelli is covering. Timeout called the Pacers. Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went Clark 15-26 on the year, and it crushed them down the stretch.
It really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. His absence was most noted in those tough road games.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
All right, so why are you telling me it was an accident?
To the left side wing. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul.
And for the Pacers, perhaps the biggest loss of the season for them was on the road. Couldn't get it done in Memphis on the final day of the season to try and get into the postseason.
Lavoy Allen's checked in for George.
Well, here's a little factoid about the Pacers on the road last season, guys. They were much better shooting free throws on the road. The difference between their road and home free throw percentage was the largest positive mark in the league. That's kind of strange.
And Young comes over to help. And here's Rondo. He dishes it to Koufos. Pass to Cauley Stowe. And jamming that one home.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
GA, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Big time play at the basket right there, fellas. Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Here's Rondo. The shot is off, and Indiana will come the other way. And here's Miles outside.
I'm shocked that it didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit, and it's still early. They have to play smart, or they could give up a lot of free throws.
The Kings have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
It was a rough year last year for fans in Sacramento, but they still come out here to fill up the stands, Greg, even with their team struggling.
Yeah, the new ownership, give them credit. Last year, the Kings marked an 8-year high in terms of attendance. Not bad for a team that really looked to be in the hunt for the postseason, but then just fell apart midway through.
The drive by Collison. Rondo dishes to Cousins.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And Cousins comes over to help. Here's Hill. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Pacers leading by 8.
The Kings ended at 18-23 here at home. Not a terrible record for them given how their whole season went kind of up and down and inconsistent. They even had some home cooking in their favor as they were the second best team in free throw differential at home.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
On defense, Sacramento. Pick up by Hill. 6 to shoot. And here's Miles outside. But they get it back. Hill kicks to Stuckey. Allen left side.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick. And what good work there to get in the way of it.
Here's Bellinelli. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Well, a big thing for the Kings to look forward to is the opening of their new arena. They are still looking at opening the downtown arena in the fall of 2016, and Sacramento couldn't be any more excited.
The drive by Cousins. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Young against Collison. Clock at 4. And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
For Sacramento, they have been an off night from the stripe tonight. Some changes for Indiana. Chase Budinger, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Hill in for Young. Pacers leading by 3. They set the pick. There's the feed to Budinger. Hill drives in from deep three-point range. Offensive rebound, Pacers. Another steal. And now the Kings fast break. Cousins with the ball. Collison good.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Rondo. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Rondo's got 5 points so far. A strong season from Darren Collison, cut short last year. Greg shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame, since he was having the best of his career to date. Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch. Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before.
And McLemore, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Stuckey.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
The drive by Collison misses from close range.
And I think even in the injury-shortened season, Collison showed he is still a starter in the NBA. Now, he's been used as a super sixth man in the past, but he's just as effective, I believe, at starting the game.
And stolen by Stuckey. Goes up. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. There's 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Hill has it in the corner. Stuckey drives inside. The kick out to Hill. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. Stuckey with another miss.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Now Bellinelli. He's got 11. The Kings need to get off a shot here. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Kings have really been struggling with their free throws, only made 5. More misses than makes so far. Both shots good from the stripe. That's tipped. Allen drives in. Goes up the baseline. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Kings ahead. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Indiana trailing here. McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Cauley Stein. And it's Collison in point guard. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since. And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Cousins with a screen for Collison. It's stolen by Mahinmi.
That makes it 4 turnovers for him now. He's just been lazy with the ball in his hands, fellas.
Gay outside. Poke loose. Stolen by Budinger. On the wing, George. From past the arc. That's good. George has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Pacers. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And stolen by Gay. He kicks to Cousins. Fires from the line. It's rebounded by Indiana. Mahinmi's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Pass to Hill. Launches a 3. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. 16 points for Hill.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that 3, or she'll give up points in a hurry.
And no question, G.A., Rudy Gay is one of those guys who has always put up great numbers, but in 9 seasons he's been in the league, only 1 playoff. Only 1. Count him, 1. Back in 2012.
Yeah, but what if he were still in Memphis, though, Kevin? I mean, that's one of it. Sometimes it's not always your fault that you're not getting there.
True.
You got to play on a good enough team, and
and he hasn't up to this point. So, yeah, he's had his moments of inconsistency and will disappear at times. So there's some shared blame there as to why he hasn't been more consistent when it comes to the postseason.
And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Kings.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
And, you know, back to Rudy Gay, he's a tremendous all-around talent. Physically, instinctively, skill-wise, he's got it all. Except that consistent winning touch, that remains to be complete.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Whoa. Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Timeout called by the Kings. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what George Karl was saying to the team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out full speed. Guys?
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And some changes here for the Pacers. Ellis comes in for Solomon Hill, and it's Hill in for Young. The Kings have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And the basket by Collison.
Defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And George, here we go.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher, there's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage.
Well, they're passing to Bellinelli. Shot clock at 6. They set the pick. Here's Caspi. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
They're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Feeds to Bellinelli. With the teardrop, he takes it up and lays it in.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Ellis can't get it to go. Kings leading now by 4. The drive by Collison. Passes it to Kufis. No good off the front iron.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Hill dishes to Hill. He feeds it to Ellis. Collison against Hill. Sacramento grabs the miss. Tipped away. Stolen by Ellis. One-on-one here. Caspi gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far.
What? I do too.
It's George on the wing. Defended by Kufis. And stolen by Kufis.
That was clearly a forced pass. There was no room for him to make it.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on his heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
And George with the stuff.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
And Bellinelli kicks to Kufis. Kept alive by Sacramento.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
A drive by Collison. And taken away by Ellis. Here's Miles. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Kicks it out to Ellis. Now here is Hill. Clock at 6. Hill passes to Hill. And again, it's Indiana.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
The Kings leading. And for 3, Collison. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. Body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
In the corner, Miles with it.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
At the line for 2.
And for Caron Butler, came into the league as a hard-nosed defender, good rebounder for a small forward. But it seems like as he matured, Greg, he became more of a three-point marksman.
Great point. And you know,
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
From deep, Miles. Offensive rebound. Hill up top. Now, here is George. Guarded close. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Gay's checked in for Caron Butler. In Indiana with the change here, too. Mahimi's checked in for Hill. The first free throw is good. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Sacramento leading by 3. Cauley-Stein with it. It's stolen by Hill. Now the Pacers moving it up. Looking to get it going. And C.J. Miles with the slam.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And he gets the ball. And it's 9 points for Rajon Rondo.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high percentage look.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. Back to Ellis. And again, it's Indiana converting. Sacramento's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Rondo. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Rondo's got 6 points in the quarter.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Ellis dishes to Mahimi. Kicks to George. The pass to Miles. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. On deep, Gay. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. George has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Rondo sends it back. And they're able to recover. Hill has the open look. On the money from 12 feet away. Rondo against Hill. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Rondo playing well. He's got 13 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark. And this offense has really performed at a high level.
And Rudy Gay with the slam.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
To the paint. It's deflected. And taken away by Ellis. And Miles kicks to Ellis. Hill passes to George. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. He hits the first one, and that brings them within 2 here. And both free throws good for Paul George.
He's got ice water in his veins, fellas. No way he's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance. I've seen him make too many in this situation.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're up by 1. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Stuckey's checked in for George Hill. Rondo drives in, and the shot is good. Rondo's got 15 points here in the second half.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Fucking bull.
Check out the game for McLemore. He's got 8 points,
the whole game.
and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Hey, Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
And he makes the second one, and it's a 5-point game. And so he's good on all 3 free throws, and that increases their lead to 6.
And thanks to his good work at the line there, now we have a 2-possession ball game.
Stuckey for 3. Good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time, milk the clock a little bit.
And it's Rondo penetrating. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking.
Rondo.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. .32 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Then maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
Connects. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Shot after shot, one after the other. PG, Paul George, making it happen.
Oh, foul that nigga.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Okay, yeah, foul.
He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? If she misses at the strike, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're behind by 4. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know what? And they're going to draw up something where they can get a quick shot and then maybe a foul.
That's got to be the game plan here. I mean, free throws are really their only hope. Points with the clock stopped.
Sacramento grabs the miss. Here's Gabe. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around
that was a nice try, though, boy.
From this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
You ain't even get to 24 up. I was letting you do that, nigga. You only shot 22. That shit don't count. I was letting you do that, nigga. Paintballing. You got, you ain't get to 24, my man. Nah, nigga. What? Listen. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, I was on your threes from the gate. That's why I kept pressing your point guard and not letting you shoot. I'm like, this nigga got a shoot. He ain't gonna get his 24. That's why I was letting you go to the rack after layup. I'm letting you do that shit. You coulda, shoulda. You ain't even get 24. Yeah, woulda, but you didn't get it. I was why you, bro, listen.
They're losing.
I'm letting this nigga go to the rack. I'm like, you want to keep doing
11 seconds
that shit?
left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Go ahead. Be my guest. You got me, bro. I was listen. I'm letting you do layup. No, you ain't gonna do the same thing. Alright. You feel like, nah. How? That's smart. That's smart. How am I letting you, bro? You monster. You wasn't shooting. The only let me tell you. Oh wait. Listen. If you ain't the last three you just shot, the one that was forced up when he got fouled. If you ain't forced that shit up, you wouldn't even have got 22. You forced that shit in the, I'm talking about I was all over him, and they called a foul, which I didn't even foul him. We just made them three from the line with McLemore. I'm like, I wasn't letting you get no open looks. Every shot you had to take was gonna be a forced shot. I'm letting you go to the rack because I'm like, this nigga not shooting. Yeah, alright. I ain't got no problem doing that, bro. Hey. Well, what? You listen, bro, man. Oh my God, I ain't got no. That's smart, monster. That's smart, bro. Why? Listen, why you ain't noticed I changed my defense up? I'm letting you do that. Man, them niggas ain't talking about nothing, bro. Them niggas is not talking about nothing. You can't shoot with them. If you shoot how I shoot with them, or just shoot period, you won't stay in the game. You can't. You not like This no lie. I've never played a good game. I've never played one game that you play with them, and I ain't getting there. I got somebody for them, and these niggas too. And I never played a game with them niggas that you shot good. That's real shit. You can't shoot with them. How you just gonna get 2 more bad threes? You only had it was only like 12 seconds left. You wasn't gonna get the ball back. I was gonna hold the ball. You gonna have to foul him. You wasn't getting that ball back. At the 6 minute mark, you ain't have nowhere near 24, bro. Why you think I was letting you go to the rack? I know I could have fired about 6 of them. Then you would have. Then you think I wasn't gonna score for that transition bucket? Oh my. You was, bro. Shout out to Monster, man. Good day. I should get Indiana on these niggas because they can't beat them neither. That nigga put that mic in quick like he was doing work.